All right, I think we're ready. I have not been able to test audio from microphone as per usual, but because I am back uh, from Christmas, so mic position is much closer to my face, which means the audio quality is better. But as I don't know how loud I'm getting, just make sure everything's good. All right. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another live stream of me programming Minecraft for Nude. In this one, I'll be working on my render runs algorithm. Before we do that, however, I would love to show you what I was working on before, if I can. I only came up with the game. That sucks. Actually, wait a minute. Let's do this for now, because I'm fine just doing that. Yeah. Oh yeah, we gotta set up the yes. There we go. Put that as a comment now. Is it possible to, like... I don't think so. Okay. Here we go. The game may or may not launch. But there are no errors, so it should... Okay, it did. Cool. So... I go into this. There we go. Occlusion is off, however, I will need to reload renders. Okay, so there's several things I've been working on since last time. I'll start with, well, you can probably see some of it in the background, and we'll explain that in a second. I added a few settings. I moved, I moved particles into here. And also advanced item tooltips is now in here to replace just, I guess, normal tooltips? I don't really know. There was like a tooltips option, I don't remember what it did. And, because of course, I don't care, you know? Where am I looking? It's gonna be just looking at the. I think I forgot something. Okay. Yeah, that should be fine. So, yeah. Okay, I think I got this. So, another thing I did is I formatted the, this is mostly settings, this is simple stuff. Along with adding these two. These two have been very nice for me logging stuff. As you may have also seen, I have been working on the debug menu, and as you can see, there's a lot of stuff that's very different here. If I go down the surface really quickly, see that I can figure out what side I'm at, what the lighting of the block I'm in, and all that sort of stuff. So, the other thing is, oh yeah, you can also see entities. It'll show the name of the entity, the custom name of the entity, and the ID, along with the position. And also, of course, you can see all the numbers are formatted to be precisely 5 decimal places long. That took a decent bit of effort, actually. Along with a few other things. As well as you can see, like, that direction being formatted so that it doesn't move the rotation around a lot when you're just trying to look at it. You can also see in the top left, we have the number of world renders currently being rendered is 328 out of 23,112 at this moment. I'm not going to move my camera that much so you can see it statically. You can see what's in Frustrum and what's being included. Enable occlusion, which of course is sorry. You can see yeah, only 160 nice. That should help performance a lot, actually. So, which actually is good because occlusion has been kind of spotty on in previous patches. So, having it be more effective is, of course, welcome. And the last thing, I'm going to keep on reloading chunks to show you. Actually, press, I think it's, which button is it? It's like F6. Yeah, you can see the different render distances. The render distances, as you can probably tell, are in base 32. I changed the world renderers from being based on the chunk to being 32 blocks wide, which means that each of the world renderers actually contains 4 chunks in terms of its columns. It's a 2x2. Of course, it's still a cube for the world renderer, so it's not like it's running the whole chunk at once. It's rendering like a subsection. So, like if I were to, hold on, let me cycle again. Notice how it doesn't just load the entire chunk at once. It renders a cubic section of it. Now, it's interesting to see actually with the way the chunks generate. I actually can probably demonstrate this. Let me see. Right now, it's not the most performant. I mean, the game's just not that performant, to be completely honest with you. And that's partially because we're rendering actually a lot more chunks than usual, and among other things. It's also interesting to see that this area is like not being rendered at all until I get close to it for some reason. Huh. The way that I believe I can fix this, because I have cranked down some of the the hell? No, thank you. Okay. We'll move down to Storm Render, I think. Yeah. I'll change this to 4. That it updates this a little bit faster, thus not stalling with this weird edge. Well, as you can probably tell with the way when these chunks generate, there they go. You can see the chunk generating makes it to where the world renderers don't fully render. You can see their edges are a little more jagged than usual, and then of course they fill in. So, yeah. And I think it works pretty well. Surprised to as you can tell, the FPS is lower, but it is actually rather stable. Also, as you can see, I think ice and water are a significant performance hit. But yeah. If I'm remembering properly, the reason why performance may be lower is because each render list contains a lot more information, like per list. So, also. I should probably do that. And then let's see if this helps. This might help a tiny bit. Probably not, though. See if this crashes, actually. I'm interested to see. I'm currently trimming it to the number of world renders maximum possible. Good job, Minecraft, for occluding wrong. Come on. This is why I don't like occlusion, is because it has a lot more bugs with rendering. However, the performance benefits are nice sometimes. It just really isn't like whenever you go to a new position, like teleport to a new position, stuff like that, because it likes to have like continuous frames. At least in this Minecraft version, that's why it's all buggy like that. I can't tell if the performance is better, but as you can tell, ice is ice and water and stuff definitely take a performance hit, which is unfortunate. I've also been tipped off by some people from a person who I've been talking to on farming Minecraft. Not necessarily on this project, just like someone who's also modding other stuff. That I can change the maximum height of the world generator, the beta world generator, which is interesting. I didn't think you really could, but well, I knew you can, but I didn't know how hard it would be. And from the looks of things, it does not affect how chunks would merge for the most part. Like if you had like chunk boundaries, it just makes it where the roof is much higher, or like it wouldn't cap out near 120 basically. It would say go up to, like, for example, 120. I think he said to like 192, which is pretty nice. Though I will say it did look kind of weird just seeing gigantic cliffs. I mean, I prefer my mountains to not be that huge, but for reference, the clouds here, sorry, are roughly at sky height. So also I did move the chunks to, or not the chunks, the clouds to render a trimmed distance relative to the render distance so that they don't screw up. Also, clouds when you get close to them are kind of glitchy because of how scaled they are. Just an artifact, to be completely honest with you. I don't really know why it's doing it, but whatever. Oh well. I might fix them in the future though. Who knows? Also, that's interesting. Looks like it's even zooms in rather quickly. Oh, maybe because it's like depending on your frame rate. Yeah, that'll make sense. You should zoom faster if your frame rate is better. I can actually fix that rather easily. Where would I think it's an FOV. Yeah, FOV modifier. Yeah, I need to like get the game visible, or not, or sorry, the opposite of visible. We need to close it for a second, actually. Let's see if that helps. What the? Okay then. Fuck. Does it basically not happen that often? Does it tell me the tick? Partial tick time. Okay then. Oh wait, I know exactly what the issue is. Okay. My problem is it's not very continuous. System, don't nano time. Mod 1E7 less than 1E3. Let's see what that does. Basically doesn't happen. Okay then. That's better. Much more continuous. That should ensure that regardless of frame rate, it does zoom in at a reasonable pace. It's anchored to system time. There we go. Much better. Much more smooth. I keep on forgetting about this. How... I mean, I shouldn't be. When you have stuff like that, if you want it to be not based on your frame rate, you need to pin it to time, not just loop, not just, I guess, tick cycles. Let me check chat. Oh, okay. No one here right now. That's all good. It's a late stream anyway, and it's a school day, so I don't really expect anyone to be here. Just me, you know, trying to do stuff on a good old evening. So, anyway, now that I've messed around in the game, let's see, is there anything else I did? Oh yeah, I guess I messed with World Gen, and I literally overhauled the entire way that biomes work, but behind the scenes, because... Okay, I'm just gonna tell you what I at least I understood it was doing. I changed it, and everything seems to be fine, so... Like, there's no sharp edges around, like, previously generated chunks, so I think it's fine. But... the way that it worked before, because, so they have this biome... sorry, I'm sorry. Okay. They have this thing called the World Chunk Manager, which manages chunks. Not chunks, well, obviously it manages chunks to some capacity. It gets the biome for positions, and it can also return an array corresponding to a range for biomes. However, it also had this feature using this thing called the biome cache, and the biome cache block by extension, which basically was a super advanced way of storing these biomes, their data, when it's kind of dumb in my opinion, because the only information you need is an integer to know what the biome is at a block, because they're vertical. And how do you get that data? Well, there's this function that makes it happen. And you know when it's called? When chunks are, like, generated. That's the only time it's called. Otherwise, chunks will default to their internal storage, which is what they store it in. They store it in an integer array, like what biome ID I have at this position. So usually, almost always, you don't see it. You don't use it. I don't know why this biome cache needed to exist. Because all I did, basically, was take the function and just generate it on the fly. In a certain circumstances, I also made it to where you could pass in a world object to the function, and it would have instead returned the chunks copy of it at that position as like a first attempt so that it could save some resources, not having to generate it at that position or in that group of positions. But it's like, man, why? Anyway. That's it for story time. I do find this generation, though, rather beautiful. I've been working pretty extensively on world generation in the past, so I'm happy to see my worlds being rather lively. I mean, the oceans are supposed to be dead. They're bodies of water. I mean, have you been to the beach? It looks pretty much like this, just not blocky. It's just sand. As in, oceans. They're just sand. And then you go out here. Usually there's just more sand. And then you go out here. Yeah, there's still sand there. It may go into gravelly stuff because you're at the bottom of the ocean. But it's all sand. There's no fancy stuff down there. Very little actually exists at the shallow parts of the bottom of the ocean. It's mostly in the water itself. Also interesting to see the lily pads here. That maybe that check does not work as well as I thought it might have. Wait, what? I forgot that clouds disappear. Why? Wait, what? Huh. I guess I haven't tried turning my FPS down from max before, but apparently clouds get disabled for some reason. No idea why. Literally only appears in what? Honestly, just very confused. Nothing here mentions... Huh. Alright, well. It's literally just fancy graphics. Very confused. Yeah, add VSync and it's it works again. Okay, why does it need maximum FPS count? What am I missing here? I vaguely remember that in here should be an update camera and render. Here we go. So so why is 0? Everybody's 0. So revert this in case. Huh. Huh. Well, time to open up the vanilla code for this. Make sure that everything here is proper. Do 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 do. I don't know if this is gonna be way different because this is the thing in the class that I've updated actually the most, but. Oh, I only use it right here. What do you even use this for? That's the render global, right? So nothing else here uses it. Alrighty then. So, if that's the case, my question is, why exactly does that matter? Within 1 second, it wants to break. I wonder if that would break out of the entire, like, for loop? I always am safe when I'm writing breaks, and I assume that the break is gonna break the entire loop structure inside the function. However, it looks like it's only the innermost thing. I don't really care that much though, so whatever. Am I? What? But why the clouds? Is my question. That's not what I want. Okay, why the hell is it only then? It might be something inside of the function. I've not edited anything. I was expecting to work on my algorithm, but I guess I'm not. So if I just, just casually yoink this. Did I actually put in the wrong parameter? Is that what it is? Let me just check. The answer is yes. This would explain a lot of things. See if this still works the way I want it to. Ooh, I actually kind of like that. Okay. Show me what you got. Oh, let's see. Dead of night, dark clouds, it's raining. I like it. Okay, it's working now. That's what it was. I was using the wrong thing. Nope, that's actually not what I wanted. Okay, slash time. 1000 slash weather clear. There we go. Alright. Anyway, time to finally work on an algorithm. So, what I'm working on first, so remove things. I'm working on it all day for reference. It's been a long haul, but it is what it's worth it. Okay. Let's go ahead and re-add that. Now, back to the mire. I have created an algorithm to figure out, well, okay. Figured out most of an algorithm. To figure out what the, okay, I'll explain the system. So, I feel like I'm gonna have to do this fully. I'm gonna have to do a browser source, actually. Hold on. This. Let's, hold up. Browser. Try it. No. Here we go. This works. Okay, cool. So, that's not a problem. It's livestream. So this is a blog post for a game developer known as Versidium, who creates this game called Sector's Edge. It's free to play first-person shooter. I actually really like the game, but one of the things I am interested in for my project is how efficient the game is, because the guy is an engine-aholic, I guess you could call it. This dude rewrites his engine all the time. Like, I'm not joking. It's like, oh, by the way, I decided to rewrite the rendering engine of this patch, and I'm like, again? Alright. Sure, the game runs better and looks better, so I can't complain. Anyway, what I'm looking at here is the mesh generation method that he uses. Now, there is a better method, not better, there's an updated method here with further optimizations. He says, like, let's see, what did it say at the end? Where would it be? He mentions the... Do. Right. Garbage collection. Interesting. I haven't gotten far enough in this yet, mostly because so anyway, I'm just inlining. Jealous, that's a yeah, easy 5%. Yeah, nice. This is the goal, as you can see. This is probably what Minecraft is, actually. Yeah, this is the further optimizations you can see here. Actually, I do have a lot of these here. The neighboring chunks are stored locally. I don't know if they're copied locally, but they are referenced locally, as in they're the chunk cache the game uses. I don't know if there's garbage collection here. Actually, no, I do have a garbage collection stuff here. I do have a very simple method for that in mine as well, which is good. So that's good. I guess 10% increase, maybe. Depends. And then, let's see. This is part of the tessellator, so I don't know if I can really take advantage of all of this. So... some of the things that are... Well, okay. I mean, I don't really know if... No, I don't think it is. Because, well, I guess it kind of is. So the reason why I don't know if I can really apply the... also, I still have it up here. Which, I don't think it needs to wait to turn it off, but this, a block axis... these world renderers are larger than the actual chunks in terms of their width and length, and there's not really a way I can change that inside of the game. Well, so that means that the game is actually referencing... I mean, it's technically referencing 16 chunks. Whenever it's, like, in total. Like, it could possibly use up to all of them, because it needs to have the 2x2 that it's actually rendering, and then it needs the border, so it can know what that is. The chunk cache essentially is I don't know, actually, does it copy? I don't think so. I think it just, like, well, it may grab like a reference copy, but I don't think it actually, or an alias, sorry. I don't think chunk caches actually generate like that. Yeah, it puts it into its own local cache. Now, what would actually be kind of cool is, I actually realize I don't need this to be case, it's just +1. Because let's grab the world coordinates. Anyway, this actually increment more than I need to, but let me read this again, hold on. Minus, minus, plus, and plus, yeah. Apparently reaches out farther than it needs to. Really, actually, that means we don't really need this, because we don't need these ones here. Basically, whenever doing this, this one ensures that it gets the stuff around it without me actually having to do anything. Because by subtracting 1, we then fall into the route where right shifting by 4 would round down by, basically, so essentially what this turns into, when you do this, is you're integer dividing by 16. Of course, in case you're running, the order is, because PEMDAS is weird with these things, it has the same priority, I believe, as normal like, addition and subtraction, so It's this minus this like extra thing parameter. I guess you can hold on. Let me just say. This. So this would cause it to round down, and so it would actually grab its neighboring chunks without being able to do anything, which is very nice. Let's see. And what's kind of cool, and I think I can make this optimization makes sense. We translate like right around here to create a local private variable. This pointer, because otherwise it will look weird. No, it's not like that necessary. My damn nose is acting up. I wish it really wasn't. I have to do it when I'm live streaming of all things. Like, oh yeah, you need to speak a lot? Fuck you. Also, I realize I am not tapping the... I'll just leave it open for now. There we go. Oh wait, I need a transition. There we go. Sorry. I will say though, like, you should honestly just define these as local private variables. Anyway, I don't even think it can be false, but you know, because when you instantiate, it literally sets the position, which does this. So I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna move all of you to here. I see some blue in here after all the freaking yellow in this for loop region, but very nice. I will be optimizing this because there are a lot of variables, like just for a single run, which I'm not the most happy about, but I just want to get working first. I'm not really... Okay. I'll do some optimizations once I get the run finding algorithm. So the So I can... Here's the thing. It's really annoying having to rewrite this for 6 separate cases and not use a for loop. However, it seems like I'll probably just have to do that anyway. So, okay. Let's start with the what will be X positive, aka south is positive. Leave it. Let me. Remember my Minecraft directions. 1 second. Let me just open like Minecraft renewed on my on the side here, the separate thing, and see about Z negative, Z positive is south, X negative is west, so it'll be. Okay, X positive is east. Okay. Now, we will see what happens when I start merging these two. Let's see, what can I feed it? Okay. It's gonna have some internal variables, that's for sure. Okay, what things do I think I would need or do? I already know it's east, so that's good. Well, because we'll need to increment y, so I guess we might as well just give it fx. And do anything else? Oh yeah. else? Like, I mean, I guess everything else can be figured out there. Is it? Oh yeah. Okay, so what I need to do is I should probably pass in the index. A good idea. This is not a very expensive operation. I don't really care about saving it. Well, I disagree actually, because there's the only time that it will be doing that is when it's successful. That's whenever that's very rare by comparison to all the other checks it will have to do if it's not immediately successful. So also, if you're confused about what's going on, there are extensive comments. I hope you're reading them, because this is what I made today. As in, like, I'd say this, yeah, I guess this morning, but mostly throughout the day. I can always adjust this to be like, because we do have like FX here, which is basically what this is saying. FX would be, I just replace X with FX. If it was like, get brightness at position. It could end up being like that. I'm not certain though, so. I'm just honestly impressed that the streams even start popping off during Christmas break. Because, like... There's something I need to check. Wait, that's not what I wanted. Anyway. This currently works for horizontal checks, so it's pretty easy to convert this into I'll leave all of this here until it's no longer being used, and then I'll exit if it's not being used. All right. That's the main difference, really, here. Yeah, the other thing I need to do is I need to check for Wait, I don't think there's only... Is there a single number except for this one? I don't think so. Leave. That is it for that. Now we need to it's be 3 and then 2. So 2 and then the 3. Alright, so making sure everything here is proper. I have max length of Z. Everything X related is placed in all the things Z related. So everything, all the math doesn't mess up. So that's great. Yeah, the only time it should be returning false is if, it should be returning true if it attempted to render a run at that position. All right. That doesn't make sense. Alright, so I think this works. Is there any way we can... Alright, now we go to next one, which is get Z-axis. Go to Z offset. Actually, go to Z. Still the same. Alright, so getting the y-axis run length is going to be similar, but actually pretty different. So the way that it works instead is you instead of incrementing on vertical axes, of course, because that only works if they're vertical, you have to choose one of the horizontal axes to offset from, and at that point it's just, I think it's mostly a preference, but I'm gonna choose x positive because it's the easiest. Adding 1 to the x coordinate is the simplest operation because x is the first coordinate, and adding 1 is one of the simplest additions you can do, so -1 would be, don't do that if you can afford it. This -1 is a little bit more expensive. I'll also get paid 3 times. Sorry, I'm taking a small brain break. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to check up on is everything's working good. We now need to work on the this as run while you're Do I get this one? I don't actually think these need, like, comments, to be completely honest, on the exterior. 'Cause, I mean, like, they're just simple comparisons. Ugh. Oh my fucking god, stop. You know, the reason why it keeps on happening is because if you hold down freaking control, it says open declaration or open declared type. It's like, I don't know how to turn it off. Go ahead with this so I can. Actually, they're all final, so. The fuck? Eh? Why is it? Oh, of course, because it also removes all of that, because, yep. I'm just gonna do this instead, because thanks, game. Oh yeah, hold on. Definitely need run length. Don't need you anymore. Hello. I believe all of these are not used. So I'm gonna move the, so that should be like that, and then you should be this. And then I'll move also you guys into so do we use these ever again? I don't know if we do. Oh, yes, we use it for the hash index. Alright, so copy all of the cache. No, hold on. The only way that wouldn't work. Get chunk from chunk chords. I don't think it would. This is passed by reference. By, I'll just say by reference, sure. people always are like, well, Java doesn't actually pass by reference. I mean, it does. The difference between what they're talking about and what I'm talking about is that Java copies the reference number, while other languages just literally set the reference. So, I mean, the thing that it refers to is it's the same operation. It just maybe has benefits either way. I don't actually know what the benefits are. I just know that they're different in Java. So, whatever. Just go ahead. Do this. This is very insane. Let's define this function now. And I will go ahead and copy the original. What do I think about beta 1.8 in general? I don't know if I have any problems with it per se. Well, no, I guess I have a few problems with it. Beta 1.8 added the new texture, not the new texture, the new world generation that you see in release, which I don't really like. I think beta is much better. I think it fits the theme better. I think it actually is more unique. I feel like you see less repetitive aspects with it. I have no opinion on really the hunger thing, other than like, I think that while hunger brings challenge and farming as a game loop, which I think is valuable, it also hinders the slow exploration aspect of the game, which in turn makes people want better modes of transport more. As a result, I think that made people want horses, want ice boats, etc., because it was much harder just to walk, to go explore. I think that Strongholds without the end, because I don't like the end that much, I think the ending concept is good. I just don't think that Minecraft really... Okay, it depends. I don't think that there should be an entire dimension for a boss that has unique resources only really found there as well. But I do think that the existence of strongholds is not necessarily a bad idea. I think that the glitch, they were added in that update, however, in more basic forms. The stronghold did not have, of course, enchanted books. I think the library might have existed. I don't necessarily like the chest loot, how good it was. I think that it should have been nerfed to a decent degree, as I don't think structure should be providing the player with substantial mineral items that you should get from mining only. I'm trying to take this from a balanced perspective, from, I guess, my own, but and not just think like, what would a beta 1.7.3 player say versus what would a modern player say. I think I wouldn't even know what beta 1.8 is a modern player. I'm trying to think of other things it added. I don't think it added the XP bar, but if it did, I don't like enchanting in the first place, so I would say no. I think that was added in beta 1.9 though. So let's see, other things were certificates added. I think villages were added as well in beta 1.8. They might have been. I don't know. Remember? Wait, were they? Yeah, they were. I think that the implementation of villagers, not like the village structures, but the villagers themselves, I think the implementation of them is very poor. Always has been, and they haven't bothered to really fix it in any way. They've always just made it worse. So, yeah, I think that beta 1.8 sets the seeds for changes I don't like. However, it in itself is relatively innocent. Would be my response. I think beta 1.7.3, however, is a better representation of what Minecraft should be. A much better representation. Not saying it's perfect, I'm just saying I think it was more correct. You will also notice that it is probably around this time, after beta 1.7.3, that Notch starts to step down as Minecraft's lead game designer and lets Jeb take over, which would indicate such drastic changes, which are shoddy in the long run. So, there you go. That's my full opinion on beta 1.8. Alright. Fair enough. The dungeon's structures. Are you talking about like the ones you find in the ground, those dungeons? Because I mean, they have good loot and they are hard to find. So, what I mostly mean by like structures, and this mostly comes from because Minecraft keeps on adding a bunch of them, but generally speaking, structure should not be giving you substantive, as in it is better, as in it is worthwhile or nearly worthwhile, or the effort is less. You can measure this by metrics such as time, how many players actually do it versus how many players do what they're supposed to be doing. But generally speaking, I think that structures should never be should never give the resources enough for it to circumvent you needing to do the original task that resource would require. So there are ways you can balance it. It's just very difficult, especially once you start adding a bunch of structures because the game feels quote-unquote empty. I think that Minecraft's natural landscape is not empty, especially if you add nice terrain features such as boulders, shrubs, trees, etc. Just, nature, rather than human-built things in the past. It's Minecraft for a reason. You build... Well, you survive and build. Survive first, build second, but... Other thing I need to check is... So, in order to... I believe in order to do this... Let me just make sure I'm getting everything right here. this. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of curious about this one. There's no offset. That's what I was concerned about. Y instead of Y offset, because there is no X offset there either. Yeah, I don't think Minecraft should be focused on exploring. Partially because the engine doesn't support exploring, really. Second, I think exploring is not a very... It's not a very fruitful task, in my opinion. I think that it's also much harder to balance exploring because it's all randomized than it is to create game loops in other ways. I think that mining is unique, and although it's randomized, there's certainly more skill involved in it. Now, of course, that's been hyper-optimized at this point, but you can, of course, follow your own methods. And also, like, mining is... There's some psychological aspect as well of the mining task that I think is brilliant. I mean, I can agree with exploring, yeah. I think that players should explore because they want to find cool-looking natural structures, as in the terrain, the biomes, places to build, not to get resources. Well, I mean, of course, you still have to move to get the resources. I'm just saying, the sole purpose of the exploration should not be for that. I also think that will inevitably make the world size unbearably large, and will also make the servers just crash because people are just trying to explore and find things, which is one of the reasons why Minecraft is super laggy. I remember in 1.14 when it came out, it was... I think it continued for several versions, actually. The game had gotten laggy to a point where you literally could not play it without Optifine because chunks wouldn't render fast enough. And the Elytra, I think I mentioned in my video, especially back then, you literally couldn't generate chunks fast enough for things like Elytras and ice boats, especially if you use like the Trident method with Elytras, or just ice boats in general. I had a 600 block blue ice track, and over the course of me ranting about it, explaining ice boats, I ran out of track. Like, 600 blocks is insane. The render distance in my mod is 500, and you could have an entire, like, a village within that range, an entire community, and you could play your whole game within that if you really wanted to. I mean, I don't necessarily recommend it, but there's a reason why I chose 1.5.2 as my base version, and then to basically shred and then rehash, and that's because it's the last version that has the best engine upgrades. Well, there's lots of bugs in the engine, but has the best engine upgrades, and it has the least amount of bloat. The only thing I would perhaps want is resource packs, which is in 1.6. However, I don't really care. I don't think people care either, really, but it is what it is. And yeah, I mean, I was able to remove the end. I was able to remove enchanting for the most part. I still have the enchantments in the game, and you can still use commands, but they're mostly just applied implicitly onto item stacks. I have an algorithm for that, and I like the fact that the wither exists because don't you feel like mineshafts help with mining? I think that I haven't really. I'm trying to think. I'm assuming you're talking about beta mine shafts, because all these doesn't really matter. Both are about the same. Yeah, they're about the same, aren't they? I think that mine shafts are kind of a cool break from the mining monotony, because they don't really offer that much interesting loot per se. Because I mean, you may get like a minecart maybe full of stuff, and that's sometimes nice. But the main thing that I think is kind of cool is that you have a chance of deleting the ores that were in that chunk, but as a result, you allow yourself more surface access to the ores, and I think that's a relatively worthwhile trade because it hollows out those regions, the amount of potential, for example, if it's really low in the ground, diamonds, all that area that it got removed, there's no diamonds, it can't place there. So I think that's pretty balanced, and I think they're kind of cool. And they're also rare enough to where you don't really notice them. In my sky dimension of my mod, there are no mine shafts, there are no villages. I don't think there really are structures except for dungeons, because obviously otherwise they'd float. That's kind of weird, but yeah. I'm still trying to figure out why it's lagging so much in the sky dimension, but I think that's because updating the light map just breaks the game. I'll have to figure out how to make it not break the... Good reason to use mine. So, in my mod, minecarts are the main constructed form of transport. There are no horses, of course. Sprinting, there's no hunger, so you can sprint, I guess, roughly forever, even though it's technically 30 seconds, they have to re-sprint. But minecarts are the primary form of transportation. Well, if you want to build something. They are slightly buffed in speed, so I think boats are as well. Boats don't just get destroyed instantly if you hit something, which is nice. I was experimenting with the speed of minecarts, and I found this hilarious. If I were to set the minecart speed any higher, if you were to take sharp corners enough times, your minecart would fling off the tracks. It's really funny when it happens. I didn't even know you could derail a minecart like that. So. I'm watching Minecraft at 300 miles an hour. Oh god. I did test that. It was unbelievably broken. I created a really long track, and it was a pretty big yikes. Essentially what was happening was anytime you try to go up a rail, it would just smack into the side of the block and perhaps even just phase through it if you had a floating track. Of course, you couldn't go around corners, just fling. I actually never got to see how fast it could possibly go, but I think the modern Minecraft, its engine is more stable. Obviously, it's been around longer, and they've had a lot of time to tweak their numbers and their how often to pull. But in terms of game, yes, the polish exists, but you can polish a turd however much you want. It's still a turd, So my main the main reason why I even got into critiquing Minecraft is because I had been noticing, among other things, that pissed me off, which was part of it was the villagers. 1.14 pissed me off beyond belief. 1.13 was just boring. I didn't really find it that interesting. And 1.12 was, I liked 1.12. It had a lot of blocks, and I thought that was, and also you could use gravel for stuff, which I thought was also a very good choice. And 1.14 is really when I started realizing, yeah, they don't really know how to game design. The fact that Notch stepped down as Minecraft's game designer is a godsend for the game. I'm not joking. I looked briefly at the new Minecraft version, and I was surprised to learn that bundles are experimental. When I learned that, I genuinely started I was laughing crazy, because I was like, Minecraft devs finally realized one of their features maybe should not be in the game. So, I mean, I also think that with modern Minecraft, I think that the merging, it's called a flattening, I guess, where they moved all the numeric IDs onto all namespaced. I think that was a curse, generally speaking, because by allowing yourself to go over a certain number of blocks, you essentially, and items, you curse yourself to feeling like you must add, or not that you must, but you have the freedom and therefore will use this newfound power. So now there's just like an explosion of the blocks in the game, and it's honestly untenable. Like, having too many options is very similar to having no options, because while, I mean, you might just search and be like, oh, this block seems fine, it's like, good luck remembering all of this. You're going to put off a lot of players because the simplicity of Minecraft just vanishes. So there's some aspects of it where I think Minecraft should have focused more on progression, understandably, but more specifically dimension-related progressions and boss-related progressions, like something not necessarily like specifically that is Terraria, but something kind of like Terraria. I think that would have been a better idea. Not necessarily like make Minecraft in Terraria. No. I mean like create some sort of parallel, but create parallel progression loops that the player can do, and have trinkets that they get back to show their journey. But those trinkets are useless, well, relatively useless in the overworld. They don't make them more powerful than they were before they started. However, when they're in that dimension, they've essentially conquered that dimension. If that makes any sense. So, for example, in my mod, this is an idea I'm currently tinkering with. Armor and tools from the overworld take double the damage, as in double the durability damage, whenever they are used, or when the armor is hit. So essentially they degrade much faster. I don't remember, I didn't change any of their stats, so they just degrade fast. And I also changed it so that they are colored differently, so you know that it's not dimension effective. And it'll be the same thing for nether related, because the only dimension is the nether, but it'll be the same for nether tools and armor, because those will have, well, they're inverse. Whenever they're in the overworld, they're weak. Whenever they're in the overworld, when they're in the nether, they're gonna be strong. And so you will prefer to not bring your I mean, you might be able to brute force some of it with your super fancy diamond armor, for example. I might even nerf it further just to drive the point home, but your overworld status only gives you a starting point that is greater than 0. After that, you're gonna have to actually get the nether stuff, because it's just not gonna be competitive. Like, all someone has to do is just punch you 50 million times, and or not 50 million times, the punch you is like, I mean, the nether shreds your armor anyway, so imagine the nether once, because there's no enchantment, there's no unbreaking, so your armor just gets destroyed after like 5 minutes in the nether, because you'll be shot up by like gas, and you'll probably hit fire and stuff like that. I do plan to make the nether very dangerous. Right now it's somewhat dangerous. Most of the things that's wrong with the nether at the moment is, first of all, it doesn't render. I don't know why. Haven't been able to figure that out yet. I'll figure that out later, after I get the overworld all nice and working. Before, it was actually crashing due to some other stuff, but yeah, I mean, game design wise, I think I know what I'm doing for I don't think 1.0 will have that feature. 1.0 is mostly the engine, so what I'm working on right now, let me wrap up the other things. I want to add the following before, well, these are major features. I want to add some surface boulders. I haven't added those yet, I want to add them. Nether rifts, which is a concept from a different mod, but essentially they are naturally spawning nether portals that replace the vanilla ones. No more vanilla nether portals. So they're more like structures to go to the nether. And then my server implementation, which also needs to happen. I might also test packaging the Java development kit with the game, so people don't have to download Java alongside it, because it requires a very specific Java version in order to run. That's mostly irrelevant though. The other things are in here, but These are like bugs, basically. They're really annoying. Really annoying. Do, di, do, 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 di, di, do, do, di, do, 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 di, do, do, di, do, 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 when do I think 1.0 will be released? Sorry, I was timed out. I'm going to be doing a playtest once I get enough bugs fixed for the people to actually be able to explore all of, well, most of the features. But for right now, I'd say 1.0 is going to be probably around the summer, or summer in the Northern Hemisphere, sorry. So, say May, maybe? And the playtest might happen by February. I'm very excited for the playtest. However, I need to get all this working so people can actually run all this nonsense. For reference, in the playtest, it will be local multiplayer and like basically just co-op and single player only. I don't have servers. What is good, however, is that integrated servers are pretty robust. I mean, they still run on your computer in the same way that a server would. In fact, they still have the same performance as servers, roughly. So until I get that, you should be fine. The server implementation, I do think people will enjoy. For reference, oh man, I think the server providers are gonna absolutely hate it. They're gonna hate it because what you need in order to run the server is to be able to run the client. Because, well, unless I separate it somehow, but basically, I probably will also make a, I will probably also investigate Java parameters to run a server from straight command line. However, for the most part, it's going to be, you open the game, and then you have a server menu where you can select what server you want to run, settings, etc., and it runs the server for you. That's like months in the future though for me. I know how to do it. Because I've tinkered around with enough UI and know how to get the integrated server converted into a normal Minecraft server. The main thing that's going to be tricky is making sure that the JVM does not share variables between the server. Well, it basically already does that, doesn't it? Yeah, it does that, huh? Yeah, it already does that, because otherwise the server would crash. That's the only difference, is that there is some leniency, because the world client and the world server are roughly the same, but whatever. The other thing I would mention is that if you close the client with the server open, I think it might forcibly close the server. Like the server might tick for an extra tick and determine and see if the Minecraft client is running, and if it's not, it's just gonna crash. Not crash, it might close gracefully. But anyway, that's not important for now. Rendering is what's important. Thank you for the tangent though, because I am enjoying resting my brain a little bit while I'm making sure that I get everything right here. Get index run length is solid. Same face. So it's kind of cool, at least for now. Make sure I get all of this right. Well, let me just read this first before I make my comment. Actually, I'll make my comment first. I can disable this whole algorithm all at once by just removing an if statement from the... I basically inject the code Looking forward to summer then? I really hope so. I think summer's gonna be really cool. I'll start making videos about the development once the playtest happens. I'll start making like dev videos, I think. I don't think they're gonna be video essays. They might be video essays, but I think they're mostly gonna be like showcases. Still edited like crazy because I want them to be polished, but I'll maybe it'll be like Notch's videos where it just like shows off a feature and just plays the game for a few minutes. No, I want to make it a little bit more polished, but yeah, if you want to play test it, perhaps with a few friends, it'll be just in February probably, and you'll be able to see most of the only things that basically I'll be adding since then is what I talked about in that like a few minutes ago, which is engine stuff for the most part, and then nether rifts and boulders. That's basically it. I might add some other like knickknacks, but it's mostly gonna be that. I've been mostly polishing the other features whenever I come across issues, just making sure everything's all good. So if you aren't, I would recommend joining our the guild server that I have linked. I have pinned in the top. Otherwise, I mean, you probably won't see many announcements for it. So I don't plan on like spamming people, and people can of course use it as a form for it, but anyway. In the case of this, all I need to do is when shift, and then this as well. Do you intend to add new biomes such as the OG swamp from beta 1.8 and unused biomes from beta such as frozen oceans? I would like to see new biomes. I'll actually pull up the existing biomes right now, because I've tampered with the biomes a lot. They're still the same names, however, I have not set them up perfectly. I do know that adding new biomes actually won't do all that much, because the way that Minecraft handles biomes is it uses it essentially assigns an array, a very large array, and it kind of creates a heat map. It's really interesting, actually, where it pulls at each coordinate index and it determines what biome, because it has like nexuses where it's like that's what the biome is precisely, and then it kind of just tests which one is closest to it, so it creates this like Von Voronoi diagram, I think, for the biomes. Kind of cool. But we have rainforest, swampland, seasonal forest, savanna, shrubland, taiga, desert, plains, and tundra. So there's no ocean. However, there are swamps, and they are actual swamps. They have lily pads. They have the swamp trees. I think they should have the swamp trees. I know that at least the trees have vines on them. And they have lakes. I can't guarantee water, because water is generated regardless of biome. But I have set the rainfall to 1.0, I think. What is it? Yeah, temperature is 1.0. And rainfall is hold on, let me do that. Okay, I'll just open it, I guess, again. It's just up here. Yeah, it's kind of similar to rainforest, but it's a little bit different. And then tundras have some special features. Well, actually two special features, sorry. Black roses, which are a different way to get ink sacs for reference, and emeralds, which are a multiplayer trading item. So, then the others, I'd say, which ones are notable here? Savanna and shrubland have been overhauled like crazy. They are no longer boring. They are now covered in shrubs. Not sure. Yeah, like okay, shrublands are literally covered in like the dead bushes, but they're also covered in the or not sort of. They're covered in like the jungle little mini trees. I don't remember if they actually use. I think I might have switched out the wood though to oak, so it's you don't just get free jungle wood. But savannas, I think are roughly about. Are they the same? I know shrublands have a lot of things though in them, and then there's like more trees. Generally speaking, there's more detail. There's also a lot more grass and other stuff like that. Oceans are still oceans. They're still empty, but I like them empty, to be completely honest, because it's if you've ever been in the ocean or been near an ocean, you will know, or at least by a beach, but it extends pretty deep into the ocean. The ground of the ocean is pretty empty, like below it, for a while. And there's just stuff above it. So, I mean, I can always add water creatures, but until then, there are no large jungle trees. However, the rainforest does have small jungle trees. You cannot make large jungle trees because I removed them because I thought they broke the scale of the game. I thought that they are too large to really fit the world generation. So I didn't really like how they looked, really. And let me think. Taigas haven't really changed at all, unfortunately. Forests have changed a little bit, just most of the grass. I think they look nice. I have not touched the nether, really, unfortunately. Mostly because it's really easy for me to forget that the nether exists. So, yay me. Let's go back into World Ender, however. I wonder how different my code style is, like, from other programmers, because it probably looks weird. I mean, I find it easy to read, but I've also been using it for a really long time. In terms of, like, the new biomes, I haven't thought too hard on biomes. If I think of a good reason to add a biome, I'll heavily consider it. However, I don't really know of biomes I want to add. Yeah. All of these are actually from beta. All of these biomes. So, there are 10 different biomes. And then, of course, hell, but, I think it's more important to, before you add new biomes, to make sure that your existing biomes are at least nice to walk through and or nice to settle in. But after that, you know, is what it is. I also have added a for snowy biomes. I don't necessarily. Yeah, I guess snowy biomes would be where you'd see it. Snow that's on the ground will. If you guys have seen like it's the Optimum feature called Better Snow, I think, where like flowers and stuff, if they have a snow block next to it, not a block, a little snow like tile, it'll like spread onto it. I have a similar feature. It's completely for reference. Yes. The concept originates from Optifine. The code is not Optifine, however, by any means. And it works with a lot more blocks, and it's more dynamic, so it's, I like it. It works with, like, anvils, torches, fences, all the like. The only thing that's kind of sucky about those other blocks that I mentioned is that the I couldn't figure out how to fix this actually. The overlay texture is I actually haven't been able to fix it. How do we not render global? It's render blocks. There we go. It's gonna be in render. So here's render snow, but I'm looking for one of the ones up here. Thought of something. Let me see. Yeah, it clears it afterward. Well, I think this actually might be a better idea. Snow is rendered after, right? What's really kind of annoying, I will say, is that my render runs feature will absolutely obliterate this snow implementation. However, I might be able to get it back. It's kind of... I'll figure it out later, but for right now, I'll just get this working. Decided to put them on during summer. Why is everyone saying during summer? Because it's like they're busy. You know what? That's fair. I did say there's a playtest test next month, which will it will probably continue until the mod releases. It's not gonna be like a day where you can download it, but you're fine to play it wherever. I'm in or whenever. It's all good. I'm glad you're interested though, guys. It's glad that people are interested because I was not sure how energized people would be over it. And we had a lot, honestly, better response than I expected, but happy to see people interested. Other than just being like, whatever. You know, so. Also, for reference, I'm pretty sure every single song in this playlist that I'm currently playing on the stream is available in the game, in some form. Also, there are like 30 music discs because I decided to make a lot of the songs music discs, so that's fun. I think the music is really what makes the game the game. I thought the music I would need to like Minecraft. It's so weird. I mean, that's what you experience with modern Minecraft, is they decided to oust C418 because C418 wanted to actually own his music. Shocker. Good on him, though. I'm just trying to read between these two, so... I might actually choose in this right here. I might choose to make the run go in the Z direction rather than the Y direction, and that's because I get a slight optimization while doing this, where I don't have to. The index is just the plus operator. It's nothing else. There's no fancy shifting or anything. So save a little bit of performance question mark, and doesn't make that much. Doesn't impact that much. Okay, so So huh. Where is this? Huh. Okay. Here for that. It's like... Also lily pads. Why are lily pads specifically colored? What is this? Alright, so... this should basically be the same as checking if it's null, by the way. This guarantees this because this is never null. No, never null. This is never 0. Listen. Am I passing the block or the block ID? Should honestly be passing in the block. Integers are easier though, so whatever. So So the two major things, or sorry, there are, oh, okay. To determine whether the face of a block will be the same. Actually, I need one more thing. I need to ask the update renderer I need to get the block meta of the block, because the meta isn't the same. I'm not gonna chance it. Dude, is there... No, yeah, because there are... Yeah, because metas are used primarily for that purpose of blocks. It's to differentiate the sub-blocks, so... So block meta is not actually stored in the block, because the block has subunits which are determined by the metadata, so it can't really store it itself. So each of these needs to essentially int. Okay. Lastly, the list of parameters keeps getting longer, and it's very annoying. But whatever. Block ID. Imagine trying to like determine what is actually happening here. I don't know why it's called metadata in the context of Minecraft, to be completely honest, but it's been called that for so long, I can't bother changing it, so. Anyway. So now I just have to deal with this. It's right after, just keep appending the, different parameters. But, until they're all there. I think this actually is should be decently optimized, pretty decently optimized method. Especially because we're doing this. I wish there was like an aggressive inlining thing, but I assume that's mostly just Java being Java that will help us here on that. I'm not really sure. Hopefully. I need to check actually, hold on. Saved? No, it is. So, the way that we check this is by going into Entity Renderer under here. There's literally spell checking here. I haven't bothered disabling it, but so stupid. Why is it there? Alright, so I'm going to comment out the smoothing of ambient occlusion. And this wants to open. Twice. Don't care. So, what you're seeing, yeah, so it appears to be the same for the entire block face. So, I'm really curious what actually determines it. So, hold on. Yeah, that makes... Did it just check, like, the corners? So, hold on, let me go back to... I'm not going there right now. Can you see the game? Let me get some context here. I'm just going to be here. That's what matters. What does it mean, tan block grass? I don't understand. Is it like a different AO? Like, okay, hold on. Let's test this up in the air. Make sure my OBS is playing this. Alright, it is. Cool. So let's go over here. And, also look at how that ambient occlusion shows. It's so weird. Like it's side preferential to... It likes one side over the other. It's so weird. So, okay. Let's simulate what I saw over here. One second. I like max it out. It prefers certain directions, it looks like. Okay, it doesn't care about that. Okay, that changes it. It doesn't change it at all. I'm so confused about how this works. Okay, let's see what happens if I want to create this face to be. Do I do this? Do I get it? Not quite. It's not quite the same. Is there a way to increase this at all? Nope. Does this increase it? Nope. Okay, that changes it definitely, for some reason. So is it just like... Huh. And then there's like an AO strength depending on what orientation it's at? So like if I... Let's try, okay. Try the same idea with the following. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Can't tell what's actually changing it. Or that's just like the... no, I don't think so. No, it's not doing anything. Okay, so this is really interesting. So on those, it's like that. Make sure I'm not messing with the chat right now. Okay, I'm good. So, in case you're really confused what's going on, I'm trying to figure out what is the minimum requirement for a block to exist, maybe like a normal block, for it to fill in a side with a darkened AO texture. Basically just darken the thing. It appears, at least right now, that the way that AO works is it's just... 1 second. Because Minecraft does not have its time like I have it in my mod, so we have to, unfortunately, do this. Look how fast this sky is, Jesus. But you can see. Let's try doing the vertical then. Here. Okay. Nope, no way to get it. Okay, that's it for that side. Do we, for this one... Yeah, it's those three. Okay. That's so weird. Check what the AO brightness will be. Okay. And so I assume the AO, like, how does I turn this into glowstone? So this one's very bright. It's the same. This doesn't have AO either, but I guess it counts. What do I put snow? Does that count? Nope. Has to be, I guess, a cube. Full cube? What if I put a slab? Full slab? Yep. Okay, that works. Okay, so it has to be a full block. Let's see, glass. It should. Nope. Okay, so it has to be an opaque cube. And. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. So what I'm hearing from this, and also let's just go ahead and like re-enable ambient occlusion, obviously, just to see for a second. It also is very interesting to see that everything is fine here. So as you can see, re-enabled smoothing, all of the ambient occlusion works fine, and you can see it smooths it out for that corner. Now, I'm not precisely certain if that's as a result of the shader that the tessellator therefore renders it differently, or the tessellator, sorry, the render blocks renders it differently. And in response, I don't know why it would, considering ambient occlusion is supposed to only calculate if ambient occlusion is enabled, thus enabling the shader, so probably not. But it may just be because the shader smooths out the value, and we get that. So I'm gonna point out this is the weirdest single column. Also, this gravel texture. Man, that gravel texture. It looks so out of place. I know it's existed for so long, but after seeing the beta one for so long, I definitely prefer it. Also, you can see the lighting glitch over there and over there. Also, because 1.5 vanilla doesn't, or it's too old, it doesn't have skin support because it doesn't have the proper link. My mod does, of course, as you hopefully have seen. Oh my god, normal. Jesus. Oh, short, okay. So this is some really interesting data. So I'm actually gonna write this down in Notepad. Or Notepad++, sorry. To know what to expect. Notepad, I'll write it in Notepad, it's a little easier, because then I can just say the text file and not have to worry. Also, I need to... God damn it, I need to disable unlost focus. Man. Jars... Pause unlost focus. Pause. There we go. Start it back up. And... So, okay, so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to say for... Also, you can see the old debug menu for, or the old one, the vanilla one. Big fat yikes compared to mine, in my opinion. You can see just how many freaking renders. So if you take the, you have to take that number right there, the like the it says C colon then the number divided by whatever the other one is. You divide that by 16, you get the number of renderers that the world is wide, and then you can take that and you take the square root of that number. I'll just do right now. Yeah, it's a 20. So the maximum resistance the game allows normally is a 24 block, or not 24 block, but 24 chunk render distance. And I don't even know if the game even wants me to do this because this is the 10 chunk line right there. Or the 16 chunk line probably. Which is just a super vanilla bug, by the way. It's on far, you just can't see as far. Now, if the game actually let me, also you can see what does E mean. I assume E means like I don't know, unable to render or empty. Right. That makes sense. That's fair. I mean, you can pretty easily figure out what the empty is, because just... I mean, it's most of it. It's basically all of them. Which is good, and you don't want all of them to be, like, full. Then computer's gonna be on fire. So, that's fun. The game does support it, regardless. Alright, so... I'm gonna go ahead and tab out. So this is Z positive. This is X positive. Okay. So now here we're gonna say, so now this is Z positive and X negative. Where did it go? Now I'm gonna test. This is for the Z direction, I believe. So I'll let's check Z or yeah, Y negative or Z negative first. Z negative is, let's see. So right now that'd be Y minus and Y minus X minus. Z plus is Y positive, X positive. Yeah, that is the case. So random. Not random, but it's very weird. The way that they chose this algorithm. So. And then this one is we'll start with X negative. X negative is Y minus Z plus. X negative is Y negative Z plus. X plus is still, oh my, stop turning night. No, and I could do slash game rule, do daylight cycle false. Ah, well, it exists in my mod at least. Great. Let's see, so Z positive, it's Z and Y positive. Y positive, Z positive. Dun, 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 dun. 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 Dun Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do, 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 do. I'm gonna do a I'm gonna put iron blocks instead of stone here so that it's easier for me to understand when I put the screenshot next to the text file, so I don't forget. But hold on. There we go. All right, so I'm actually curious if it's the same in Minecraft Renewed. I'm actually gonna check right now in the older patch because it still has the same bug. It'd be hilarious if that's the reason why the bug exists, because the wrong coordinates are being used. Let's go see. Nether test. Shit. Oh. I guess sure, why not? I really want to do the nether though. Oh wow, this UI is small. Auto please, thank you. Also, you can see the block of iron here. There's an old beta. Look how unstable this garbage is. Holy shit. It's so much more stuttery when generating. It's nuts. I actually managed to optimize it a lot. Because the game has been rather laggy, and I really despise it. Okay. How do we need to neuter it? First, by disabling the shader over where? There. Oh my god, the lag. What the fuck is lagging so bad? So glad I don't use this version anymore. Holy sh... Oh, it's unbearable, honestly. Okay, so... Actually, you don't even need... Yeah, it's just those two. Wait, is that... Didn't this do something in... Hold on. Mirror another Eclipse instance? I'm pretty sure it did something in the other one. I may have discovered the AO bug. Finally. I'm in. Yeah, I'm in. Okay. Let's go ahead and open it again. Hope this doesn't screw up anything. Okay, it's fine. Okay, I'm just gonna check right now, quickly. And entity renderer. This may be what's causing the AO bug. Hold on. Yeah, the corner does matter on all of these. I may have finally discovered what the AO bug is. That is crazy. Wow. Huh. It doesn't check the corner. So I guess I'll leave it as that. Huh, okay. I wonder what causes that. Huh. Well, guess for now I'm gonna ignore that because I don't want to have to fix. Oh, I guess I'll fix that. So, yeah, it seems like that. So that. Look at all those fucking stutters. We're just gonna turn down my render distance so that I can focus. Okay, the game just doesn't want me to focus. Cool. I don't understand why it's this bad in this like this particular version is just buggy, I guess. Whatever. I wonder what it says in the console. No idea. Alright. So glad that this version is not being used anymore. Okay, and now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to having tiny renders is so weird. But hey, better than nothing. That's what I like to say. Confirm, no corners don't matter. I'm gonna replace these with iron blocks. Easier to see. AO difference. God, the lag. Getting 800 FPS, but they're stutters, so it doesn't matter. It sucks. Made the problem worse. It's just like weird stutters, I guess. Perpetually. Forever. Cool. So this is the Z direction. It's Z negative. Okay, let's start with I'm gonna leave all of these Java files, and now I'm gonna reopen the AO directions vanilla. We need y minus y plus. I'm gonna start with y. Okay, y minus is z plus, so z plus and x minus. Start with x. Okay, start with z. Z plus x minus. Yeah, this is like way off. This is way off what it's supposed to be. That's insane. Like, Jesus. Z plus. What? I miscalculated. Yeah, it's just a Z plus. Did I math right? That was alright, yeah, X plus. My bad. Now it's Z plus X minus. I'm typing this wrong. And now we're gonna check the Z minus direction. Z minus would be direction this one. This one is Y minus X minus. Yeah, Y minus X minus. Oops. I hope my OBS is not getting overloaded as a result of this. Okay, cool. Not what I wanted. Okay, so now that would be Y plus, that would be direct inversion. So let's be confirm. Well, that does a lot. Okay, yeah, definitely those two. Okay, it looks like the pattern will hold. It might hold. I'm not gonna confirm it yet. Can I do the same thing twice? Bro. What the hell? Maybe that's why my world is lagging. What the hell happened over here? Huh. Why? Where did this fire originate? Just cleaning up the entire surface of all surface features. Was there like a lava pit? What is this? It was like an... Oh yeah, I forgot I can soft lock myself out of... Yep, okay. So it looks like I may have burnt down things, and that's why it's laggy. That's hilarious. Yikes. I think this is beta fire, so it's like super spread. Yeah, it just spreads like crazy. Like it should. For reference, fire should spread like crazy. All the stutters in the world. Do, 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 do. Okay. We have the last set of data. Just right with the that would be from the Z negative or X negative direction. Y negative. It's gonna be Z plus. positive. I can say from here, it's going to be Z plus. It's basically both plus, okay. Oops. Do, 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 do. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave the world because this is an awfully laggy world that I don't care about. I'm gonna go ahead and disable or re-enable everything so I don't break it for the next time. I don't know what that false meant. Anyway, close that workspace. Close this, and we're now done with our testing. Now, let's go back here. It is getting to 11, so I may call it here. But that's some really interesting documentation. I will be saving that elsewhere because that's very important documentation for these AO directions thingies. Dropbox, I guess. Rewind this folder, no thank you. Create folder. Okay, so I'm actually really happy with what I've managed to accomplish tonight. I will say let's go ahead and the last thing I'm gonna rework here is because I'm gonna create another essentially gonna return a number of between 1, 2, and 3, depending on the corner it checks. However, so it's gonna take a chunk cache. It doesn't need render blocks. It needs the XYZ. It needs the face. Alright, and then we're gonna go ahead and remove you because it's necessary. So you aren't used. No. No block ID and map. Okay. And you were definitely used. Okay, so just we don't need to put render blocks here. May not even need to use render blocks for this. It is certainly exciting. References. Okay, we can delete you from the list of things. Only pass as many parameters as you need. All you need is the chunk cache, and you figure all the things you need, apparently. Because, yeah. I mean, the render blocks has to determine its information somehow, of which it pulls it from the world anyway. So what's the point? So, use the ring, like, okay. Well. You can use render blocks. Good. No. Alright, well. I'll leave it there for now until we figure out it doesn't need it. Just the music a little bit, so it's a little quiet. Or doesn't get too loud. Now I want to create this modifier. save there, and now I'm going to put it, it's after the color multiplier. Okay, AO strength. We reuse it again, so why not? Alright, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create this AO strength thing. I'm going to create it to this tune of vanilla because I do want to patch it out as well. So it'll check the corners and it will check the go ahead and copy this 6 times. That's 5 times. 1, 2. Is block model cube. Okay. So for sides 0, that's y negative, it's z plus x plus. Z plus. I would actually really... Do I have that? Really nice. Alright. I guess I'll just leave it as is. I'll z plus, x minus. Gonna be z minus, which is y minus and x minus. So next one is y plus x plus the combination, of course, of them. And then it'll be x minus, which is y minus z plus. Y minus and then z plus. Okay. And the last one is y plus z plus. Not insert. There we go. I don't care about making it be able to run right now. I'll be splitting AO strength into different functions depending on the case, it looks like. Alright, but I do have to go, unfortunately. So hope you guys enjoy the stream. Watch this later. Thank you for watching. And catch you later, I guess. Of course, it's right at the start of this really nice song. Stall's very nice. I still have to go, so. Sorry. I think offline, though, I will break this into its own functions and get everything optimized so I don't have to pass in this many parameters for bunk reasons. So, anyway, see you guys. Have a good night or day.